Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si G. Tonji, and we are doing a live show today. We're taking your calls. If you have any immigration questions, please call us dahil kasama po natin si Aquino and Lo.
This American Dream segment is brought to you by Aquino and Lo Law Firm, answering your immigration questions.
It's always such a pleasure to have Allison Aquino Silva here and of course Richard Lo to answer all your questions. Mga kababayan, tumawag na po kayo sa amin 1-800-553-5724. I just want to remind our televiewers today, hindi po kami live sa Hawaii, so we will not be able to take your calls. However, you can still email us if you have questions for our attorneys about immigration, and you can email us at kababayan@la18.tv. We're taking your calls live here on the show, but before we take your calls, let's update all our kababayans. Richard, let's start off with the status of implementation of the extended DACA and DAPA.
Well, on April 17th, the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals heard arguments on whether to lift the stay that it was imposed by the district court judge. That was heard by a panel of 3 judges, 2 Republican, 1 Democrat, and the sound of it is that it didn't go so well, so the expectation is that we probably will not get that stay lifted, but we still don't have a decision. We're waiting on that.
Okay, so we're waiting on that decision. Hopefully they can even it out so that, you know, I don't think it's fair. They're too, you know. But anyway, let's move on. Ali, the priority date retrogression of the employment-based third preference category. What does this mean?
Well, this affects individuals who are applying for their green card based on a job offer or based on employment. And the priority dates, which is when an individual is eligible to apply for their green card, that had advanced forward very quickly in the past many months. And unfortunately, starting in May, it is retrogressing or going backwards.
That's right.
So it had been as recent as the priority date had been as current as October 2014. Starting on May 1, it's going to retrogress or go backward to July 2007. So what was a 6-month waiting period is now once again about a 7.5-year waiting period. So this does affect individuals who have their adjustment of status pending. For those who have it pending, immigration will not be eligible to make a final decision on your adjustment of status application until they get back to your priority date. For those who are overseas waiting for their immigrant visa, they're unfortunately going to be left behind still waiting in the Philippines until it gets back up to their priority date.
All right, so we're all stuck waiting.
Yeah.
All right, we have Hilda on the phone. Magandang hapon po, Hilda.
Magandang hapon din naman.
Ano pong tanong ninyo para sa ating mga lawyers from Aquino and Lo?
Magtanong lang sana ako kasi meron akong business dito sa Amerika and I was see kung ang brother ko pwede ko magiging partner but wala siya dito, nandun siya sa Philippines. So kung a trader's visa is the option for him.
Okay.
Yes, actually, you mentioned a trader's visa, but the trader's visa would be eligible for your brother even though there is a family relationship if, in fact, the business involves international trade between the Philippines and the United States. So I guess one of her main concerns is there any negative consequence because there's a family relationship? And so in the trader's visa, it does not matter if there's a family relationship. You just need to make sure that there is that requisite international trade. Now, she mentions the trader's visa. What you might be able to do if there is not international trade is you might be able to do the E2 investor visa.
Investor visa.
Right, and that's as well an E-visa, similar to the E1 for traders. But if you're not doing international trade, you can still explore the investor visa.
But with the investor visa, don't you have to show in your bank account that you've got like a couple $100,000?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
I mean, you do have to show the capability in investing the amount of money into the business.
Right.
So, for example, a common strategy or a strategy is to maybe gift an amount from your sibling to your other sibling, from you to your brother.
I see.
So there are strategies that can be had.
Okay, so we have Jerome on the line. Magandang hapon, Jerome. Ano pong tanong ninyo? Hello? Okay, so we've lost Jerome. Jerome, please call back if you're there. But before we move on, I want to talk about this ongoing impact of Prop 47. For those that don't know, Richard, what is Prop 47 and how does this relate to immigration?
Well, Prop 47 was primarily implemented to reduce the prison population, which it has. It's let out about 27,000 inmates from state prison. But the consequences of that is that it's reduced certain felonies and what they call wobblers, which are misdemeanor felonies, into misdemeanors. So property crimes, theft crimes that are low-level theft crimes are now misdemeanors rather than felonies, and this helps in immigration situations because it could prevent removability, or it could allow you to be admissible to the United States if you were applying for adjustment of status. So it's been a big change for immigration in that sense. And the other part of that is that they've reduced all misdemeanors now to 364 days,
All right.
which was the SB 1310. And that's been helpful as well, because then all these crimes that used to make you removable no longer make you removable.
That's right. And the worst thing we ever want to hear is that word inadmissible, right? Okay. Allie, let's talk about the status of H-1B, the filing period.
Yes, and that's something that we spoke about last month, because there was a one-week filing period between April 1 and April 7. And this year, there were even more H-1B petitions that immigration received. So they received 233,000 H-1B petitions in that 5 business day period for only 85,000 visas. So they have run the lottery. Individuals should probably start expecting to receive notices of whether your application was accepted or whether it's going to be rejected because it wasn't picked in that lottery. For those that were accepted and are being processed under premium processing, they started that as of yesterday. So it's a 15-day period that you should hear back from them. Otherwise, individuals who were not fortunate enough to get their application picked, you do need to start thinking of other means or other ways in which to either get a different work type visa or seek another visa that would allow you to remain here.
Yes, that word, lottery. If you're lucky enough. Okay, if you're joining us here on Kababyan today, you are lucky enough because we have Richard Lowe and Allison Aquino Silva. They are here to answer your immigration questions. Give us a call, 1-800-553-5724. We'll be right back here on Kababyan Today.